Hey everybody, welcome to another Wellness Talks special whiteboard edition, where I'm going to be walking through an automatic thought record tool. It's called the Life Map. I've talked about this in other videos that I have on this channel, and you can find one of them right up here. And this particular tool, the Life Map, is something that I utilize at least 24 times a week working with individuals, especially when they first come in to work with me for the first time. I'm putting this out there as a review for those who I have introduced this to, and I'm giving it out there obviously for those who want to utilize this themselves at home. So oftentimes what I'll simply say is we want to take a moment to get present to what's actually happening, what's going on, what's bothering us, and really hone in on that. So go ahead and grab a sheet of paper, and if you're sitting at a desk, just put it right in front of you. Prop your phone up, your computer, whatever it is, sheet of paper, and get yourself a pen, pencil, and follow along as I do this. I'm going to explain each one of these areas as we move through it and why they're important. Remember, this is a thought record so that you can actually see the process. So what you want to do is on that piece of paper, go ahead and make yourself a line like that. Then a small piece in the middle here. So we're actually dividing this basically 4 quadrants. Over here, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put in those personal experiences that we're having. So this is personal experience. Boom, right here in this corner. Now what these are going to be some of the memories that you're dealing with. Chances are you're thinking about something that happened that you wish you would have done differently, done better, been more present, whatever it is. So that's the thing that's bothering you. And importantly, what are the actual sensations that you're actually feeling in your body that are connected to those memories, the thoughts, if you think about it, a thought, once you've had that thought, it's now a memory of the thought. You're actually sitting there dealing with that memory, that thought, but it's actually in the past. As soon as I say something, boom, it's in the past, right? So easiest way to do that is to lump it all into a memory. This piece here, we're trying to figure out what is the present component that I'm dealing with, what's the memory, what's the sensations that are happening in my body. And for instance, a ball in the pit of my stomach, or throat is tight, or my arms are jittery. I have ants running all over me, electricity running under my skin. Write that down here. I really want you to cue in on what's going on in the body, what's physically happening in the body. Then, what do you do? Up here, what are the typical behaviors you do? Here is just a list of some of the things that I hear all the time from some folks. I will go and read a book. I will grab a snack. I'll eat a full-fledged dinner, so not just a snack. I will go shopping. I will social media, television shows, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it happens to be, whatever rabbit hole you might find yourself going down to. What do you do when this shows up? What do you do? Write it up here in this corner. Now the thing is that all of the time, if you think about what's going on up here, we are typically trying to escape, avoid, or control. So we're trying to get out of this. We don't like this component. We don't like how it feels. We don't like the memory. And we're like, well, it's not really worth chewing on this. And so we find something to get out of, to escape, avoid, or control what we're currently dealing with. Little things, it doesn't matter. There are coping mechanisms which we can utilize because we got to get through something else. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But in a nutshell, what are we doing? And here is the key to this. We typically will jump up here to avoid, escape, or control this. And it feels great when we're doing it. But when we're done, that pesky personal experience returns. Sometimes not as bad as it was before, so then the coping mechanism is working. Or if we find that we're doing things like procrastinating because I'm dealing with a project, a homework assignment, and there's a physical sensation, and I don't like the physical sensation, so I go and I grab myself a snack, and then I get back and the physical sensation is still there. So what do? Well, I jump up into social media, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook, or I'm playing a video game, and when I'm done, boom, now I've actually lost time. The deadline's moved closer. So now I've got another issue in my personal experience place, and I continue. I jump up here, I jump up here, I jump up here, and eventually we keep trying to utilize ways to escape, avoid, or control. This could be like leaving a discussion, this could be going out to grab a cigarette, having a drink, having another drink, having another drink, and then we find ourselves right back down here again every single time. And we've actually compounded this. We now have more memories of coming up short, more memories of procrastinating, and the sensations become even more intense. It's kind of a hopeless circle, don't you think? And the reason why it actually bothers us, we have the pain of presence, the sensations, things that we're actually dealing with. But we also have the pain of absence. That is, how are we going to move towards? What are we not moving towards that actually matters to us? And this is where the values comes in. This is the values piece and why it's so important. So if creativity, or in this case when we're using the school, knowledge, success, achievement, if those are the things that actually matter, then, and I can recognize this is what's happening and I'm okay to just be present with it, just let it be, just let it sit there lightly in my hand, then what can I do? What's the thing that I need to do? Am I willing to do this in order to move towards this? That's like, well, this homework has to be done right now. Well, that might be a rule, and is that rule working for you? And maybe this is the only time you have to get this done because there's other things that you want to do that would be important. So this is the only time, so I'm going to actually have to just do part of it. And a lot of times what I hear from folks is that it's the initial getting going. So just bank on the fact that if I could just get into that paragraph, if I could just work on this project a little bit, if I could just get to the gym and do one set. I used to see that all the time as a personal trainer. If I could just get somebody to come in, and you don't have to do anything except get in, get your workout gear on, get out here on the floor and do one set. After that one set, if you feel like going home, go home. Nobody ever went home. So if we can figure out what can we do up here and be willing to just get to this point where we're actually in action, and most importantly, remember why. What direction am I moving towards? What matters right now? Do I have to get the whole project done? Can I just do part of the project? So just do part of that project. Or maybe I just get the outline done, so the outline's done. At the very least, if you can get that component finished, and you fall back into this, you still have a little sense of confidence because you were able to move in this direction. You've made yourself 1% better. You've moved the project forward 1%. And that's better than 0, which is what's going to happen if we go over and stay on this side. So see if it's possible to go ahead and write this down on a piece of paper and play it out. Pick something that's going on with you. What's the personal experience? What's the memory? I'm going to fail. Or I have failed in the past, so the memory is I might fail again. See what you would normally do, and then select something that's not here to do there. It could even be that thing that you think would never work. Well, maybe if I just call somebody up and just do a quick brainstorming session with them on this. But I would never reach out to somebody. Well, why wouldn't you reach out to somebody? We all have a deep yearning to belong, to connect, to collaborate, so take advantage of that. That would actually be a values-based move, and that might be the motivation that you need to have that conversation, to get this going in this direction. And see if it's possible, if you can remain right here in the middle, watching all of this happening, watching what's happening in your body, know what you would normally do, have an idea of what the first step would be, and remember why it matters to you the most. This is the life map. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it's useful. And don't forget to subscribe to get more videos like this in the future down below. And like if you can. The life map. Give it a try. And then let me know what you thought. Until next time, may you be well. May you enjoy your life. Make it meaningful.